In this video, we're going to go over one of the most fundamental poses in acro, throne. So throne is a great pose to start to find your stability when you're just starting out. It also becomes one of the main positions that we pop from when we start to work into pops and I carry it. The flyer is going to start standing by the base's head, facing away from the base. The flyer can sit their weight back into the base's legs and then start to make their legs light by using their hip flexors to lift their knees up. The base is going to replace their hands underneath the flyer's feet and then come to a stacked position with their legs stacked vertically just above their hips. Some common pitfalls when trying throne is if the flyer has shorter legs, the base is going to have to bend their legs really low to get underneath the flyer. Flyers might try lifting their heels up as high as they can or grabbing the base's feet just to make it a little bit more of a stable entry. If it's a really big height difference or if the base doesn't have great hamstring flexibility, the flyer might actually try standing on top of something to sit back. For bases, if you don't have great hamstring flexibility, it's always a good idea to put a little bit of elevation underneath your hips so it's not asking so much from your hamstring flexibility. So for a variation on throne, we're going to play with doing presses and eventually moving that into popping the flyer. For presses, the base is going to try to lower the flyer as evenly as possible. Ideally, the flyer's shape doesn't change at all. If this is feeling good, we can start to play with adding a little bit more speed and acceleration to the press, and eventually that acceleration will become a pop when we have a surplus of energy in our press. 3 different ways that we can spot the pop is going to be with a spotter's hands around the flyer's hips, with the flyer holding the spotter's wrist and actively pulling the hands into their waist. We can also do it without that level of support where the flyer's hands are not touching. And then finally, the spotter can be there just for safety, not even touching the flyer unless they are falling. For flyers in a pop, it's all about maintaining your body shape. This is going to ensure the base knows if they are popping you in the right direction. For instance, if the flyer starts to rotate backwards, that's a good sign that the base is throwing too much through their hands. If the flyer is rotating forward, that's a good sign that the base is throwing too much through their feet. And if the feet are going in different directions, that's a good sign that the base is throwing the feet in that direction. So throne is one of the most useful and versatile skills in acro. It's where lots of washing machines, pops, and flows all pass through or start from. So take this one home, drill it, use a spotter as long as you need, and let us know how it goes.